That's one small step for man.
It's just another Bronx tale.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the sixth slice of Doom. It is Skaggs here from the Two Doom Men podcast, and I am joined, as always, by the king of the trash realm, 1/3 of the Doughboys, Jimbo the Kid. Oh, how you doing, bro?
Thank you. Yeah, I have to blow that picture up. So there's a picture of me dressed up in like medieval garb, like cheersing with a wine glass, and under it is like King of Trash Realm. And I want to blow it up and give it to my mom.
You should.
Right?
Be proud
For like
Her
Mother's
son-
Day.
Her son made it.
Yeah.
He's a royal. You should blow it up and make it as the as like the green screen background, like I did. Like I fuck around every once in a while with these backgrounds. It's just you. It's just you sitting in front of you as the king of the trash.
Yeah.
Or maybe you Photoshop and put you on like an actual like trash throne. That'd be pretty funny.
Like a landfill or something like that. Just me sitting on top of a mountain.
Yeah. I like that. Sitting on top of the landfill. That's great.
Yeah.
I fuck with that. Let's go. So
My-
yeah, man. We got a couple funny topics to talk about today on the Two Doom Men side. We're gonna keep it light, keep it humorous. You sent me a really funny topic I kind of want to start with, and this is the Kardashians, specifically Kim Kardashian. Not somebody we talk about often on the Two Doom Men podcast, but let's have a couple laughs and let's discuss what old Kim Kardashian said. So she took a lot of heat, took some flack this week or last week, maybe. She made a couple comments that pissed a lot of people off. I know you got the video, so I say let's go to the video and see what old Kim Kardashian had to say, and then we'll give our take.
Sounds good.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
That's so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments, and show up and do the work.
If you're the smartest person in that room, you got to go to another room. Like I want to be around really successful people because that's going to drive me to be successful. A lot of people.
Love how they chose her to say that part.
To be in a room full of smart thinkers, wealthy people, whatever it is, I want to be in that room because it also scares you to want to be. To be the
motivates you and
least person
inspires you.
Yeah. I'm like, I gotta hustle. So
But
I
I
can
think
be back
also
in this room and get
because
there.
you see everything on social media and you think, oh, it's just
Like how Kim just cut everybody else off.
Quick and easy, and you can just post something, and it's not easy. When you do product shots, when you do post things that are work-related posts, it's still a job and it's still really hard, and success is never easy. So if you put in the work, you will see results. It's that simple.
All right. I mean, it's funny in itself, right? I like how Kim started talking and she just cut everybody else off as soon as they start talking. What are your thoughts before I go on my rant? Because I'll have a rant here.
Man, it's
funny
for
flack,
sure.
Bro. She got a lot of flack.
A lot,
just to set the stage. Just to set the stage for everybody listening. Yeah.
So my opinion on this is, first you have to laugh at it, right? Because look who's saying you need to fucking work, right? You need to do all this stuff, and it's like your dad was the attorney for one of the biggest cases, the biggest scandal in the United States. He had money. You grew up in Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah.
But what I have to say is, right message from the wrong person.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
It's a great message, wrong person, and that's why she's getting flack. It's just crazy to me. That
let me ask you. Did she look a little bit like weird to you in that video? I don't know. She didn't look like I normally when I see Kim Kardashian, the way she looks. I don't know. She looked weird, almost like a cartoon.
She's probably tired because she was working all day before that. It's hard. See, here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. With this whole social media thing and I mean, we're on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, all these platforms. In a sense, if you're a content creator, it's considered work, right? We've
is.
talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
this multiple times. Like you're working almost every day, you're editing, you're doing things for the shows. It's work, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to even just do these things. I just can't wrap my head around, and I'm probably gonna get fucking flack for this. I just can't wrap my head around how taking pictures in clothes is considered hard work.
Yeah, it really is a head scratcher, I guess.
So do you think, because do you think like, because we know people, we have had jobs where it's actual work,
Yeah.
blue collar jobs, that it's like you come home and you don't want to do anything because you're hurting.
Yeah. So me and you especially, right? We could kind of relate a little bit, like you're saying. We both have regular jobs. I know you work your ass off. You have like a tough, physically demanding job as well, but you do still come over here and we do the Slices of Doom. We do the Last Slice podcast, and yeah, like if you're listening, there's a lot of work that goes into this shit, and we do it for free, pretty much.
Mhm.
The both of us. I don't know how hard it is to just sit there and get photographed. I don't want to like give Kim too much shit because who knows, right? It might be a really fucking hard thing to do. You might be there for like 12 hours, and you gotta like it's gotta be annoying just be like standing around and trying to look hot the whole time. So I'm not gonna say that it's not hard. I'm really not. It's gotta be a photo shoot's gotta be a grueling process, I would think. Just not in the way men would think it to be. Men are gonna want to write it off and be like, that, fuck it, can't be that hard. But it can't be easy. I think you made a great point. That's the right message from the wrong person. I think her message is exactly what a lot of people need to hear right now, right? Especially after the pandemic. A lot of people don't want to go back to work and have become lazy and got, used to like government hand-me-outs and stuff. Kim Kardashian ain't gonna do it though. She ain't David Goggins. She ain't Jocko Willink, right? She ain't gonna motivate anybody to get back to work. But I can appreciate what she was saying. I think she's right. And I gotta be honest, like I respect Kim Kardashian. She has built something. You might think it's dumb, which I do think it's dumb. Keeping up the Kardashians is fucking, just literally.
Let me just stop you right there.
Go ahead.
She didn't start from just keeping up with the Kardashians. Let's
Yeah.
go a little bit further.
You want to go back
Go
to
back
the origins?
to where VCRs and fucking,
She's a reality TV star, bro, from the very get-go.
yeah, with the very first celebrity sex tape.
Yeah. Well, no, she wasn't the very first one. It was Pam and Tommy.
That's true. That's
Was
true.
the very first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is. When you think about it, it is pretty wild. It's like the Kim sex tape is what launched them into this fame, this stardom that they have. At the same time, right? They have chosen to do a show which puts like every waking moment of their life in the public eye. So you could criticize, in my opinion, Kim Kardashian all you want because she chose this lifestyle. She's opened herself up to it. So I don't know what her reaction has been to this. I don't know. Have you seen anything? Like, she upset? Is she mad that she's been getting flack from people on the internet about how, she's tone deaf and all this shit?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any reaction or just a response to what happened. But let's be real. I mean, that family, any bad publicity is good publicity. So to them, it's like, well, my name is being mentioned. Our family is being mentioned. They're watching. I just clicked on the video. I'm watching her say a stupid statement, and it's a win-win. We're
doing an entire podcast episode about something stupid that they said. So yeah, who's the real asshole here?
Yeah.
Is it Kim Kardashian or is it us?
Exactly. And I just want to play one more for you. And this is the best. This is what I thought was pretty funny. The ladies from The View had a response, and it's only a 3-minute, 44-second video. You're talking about one elite person saying you need to just fucking work to other elite women saying, oh, she's tone deaf. Oh, I'm sorry, Joey Behar. Didn't you just say that you couldn't go to fucking Italy on vacation because of the Ukraine invasion? Oh, okay. Now you grew up poor, right? Now it's for you to like, hey, I was once poor, now look at me.
Now she's a working class woman, out there, slinging arrows at Kim K. What do we
All right,
got?
I'm gonna
What do we
play
got
it
from the
now.
old-
It's just them
the old
responding. I love this show. I really do. I think it's the greatest show
Yeah, you watch it every
right
morning
now.
with your coffee.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. I love it.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. You have
That's
to
so true.
I'm like, I gotta hustle so
But
I
I
can
think
be back
also
in this room and get
because
there.
you see everything on social media and you think, oh, it's just a lifestyle, or oh, it's like really quick and easy and you can just post something, and it's not easy.
Okay, I figured out.
And
You want to
this
pause real quick?
caused people to
I figured out why she looks different, Kim, in the video.
Yeah.
Because they're not able to apply the Instagram filters and Photoshop work to her as hard on
Oh.
a video as they do on Instagram. So this is kind of what she kind of looks like for real.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure she's got, like concrete makeup on
Yeah.
her, which is fine. I'm not hating or anything. I'm just saying that's why. Okay.
Yeah. Go to observation. Without those simple tools, you look regular.
All right, let's go see what the heck
lose
we gotta
their
say.
minds. But people who say she had a big head start compared to most people, you remember what that head start was? Think back. Think back if that's what you mean to say.
The sex tape, you mean?
Yeah.
The sex tape.
Oh, I just got
not,
that.
Yeah, that's not a. Remember how she was dealt with as the joke, and
Yeah.
everybody decided she was going to be nothing for years, and then that blanket statement that people don't seem to want to work anymore isn't true. But I leave it to y'all. What do you think?
Well, it reminds me, I was just thinking about that Lori Loughlin and what's her name, Felicity Huffman, who paid a lot of money to get their kids into the Ivy League school because they know that when you're in an Ivy League school, you make contacts that will push you ahead faster. And if you're, a poor kid like I was, I had to go to a city school. I didn't make any contacts there. I just met a husband. That was it. Not
You got the
bad.
MRS
In
degree.
those days, getting an MRS was pretty good. But I mean, I'm making the point that a leg up is what you need in this world. And not everybody, my mother worked so hard all her life. She was a sewing machine operator. That was
Yeah,
it.
you gotta
for
suck
her.
a couple
she
dicks, that's what
died,
she's
you know?
saying.
So who worked harder than that? Nobody that I knew.
It also
Then you need a leg up.
it
That's
helped
literally what they're
people
saying.
look.
Tell me it ain't.
Basically, yeah.
Like
It
she
helps.
was. I mean, she had a wealthy father. She had a mother who was a business manager.
She's pretty. That helps.
She's pretty.
Another asset.
And I just think that people that are born on third base shouldn't be talking about how easy it is to hit a home run.
Yeah, right.
I can smell woke people's brains melting
Because
right
I, like
now.
you, grew up poor. I grew
Yeah.
up in the
We
South
weren't
Bronx
poor, we were broke.
projects.
different.
And
I like to
I
think of-
did have to work harder, and it took me, I think, twice. I worked twice as hard to get half as far as a lot of people, and
comes the woke
it just
perspective.
came off as being very privileged. It came off as being very elitist. And let's remember, her mother got her a gig and the entire family in 2007 on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think 5 years later, in 2012, she's been making $10 million a year from endorsements and from Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Well, good
I
for
got
her.
you.
That's
I
a
got
little
Go ahead, go ahead.
But that's
Yeah,
okay.
I
that
thought
you're
I
All right.
disagree. I agree.
Yeah, success
So-
bad. Only when me do success good.
I just
Real
love
quick-
love when women bash other women.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine being in that room all day and just?
Yeah.
I want to point
I
out
worked
real
so
quick.
it and I couldn't go. Yeah, it was so rough for me.
I'm from the South Bronx. Yeah, we're from the Bronx too.
Yeah.
Look at us now, two fucking idiots over here talking about Kim Kardashian. I do want to point out though, man, but like, I do have a lot of respect for Kim Kardashian. She has taken it upon herself to try and like learn how to be a lawyer in some sense and try and help get people that are like in jail unjustly out of jail. She didn't have to do any of that shit at all. She's chosen to do that. That's fucking honorable, right? So I mean, I don't know what's her name there from the South Bronx, but she's there to like sling the woke arrow at her. But they forget that good thing about Kim Kardashian, that she's literally trying to help poor African American people that have been unjustly thrown in fucking jail in a cage out of jail.
And
Yeah.
it's admirable. That aspect is admirable. She's trying to follow in the footsteps of her father as an attorney. But just like the point that Joy Behar made, which is another valid point, with the Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman scandal, where they were getting their kids into college by cheating, essentially.
Yeah, I remember that.
When you have wealth like Kim Kardashian, and you have access to all the help in the world, you can definitely become anything you want, essentially. Right. It's just that simple. True. When you have wealth, that whole family is just an empire. So if she woke up one day and was like, I want to be an attorney, she has to work hard for it. I'm not saying she didn't work hard, but it's a lot easier for her than someone in the South Bronx who wants to be an attorney. It's going to take them a lot longer to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true. But I will also say that she's not doing it for the money. She's doing it for the just the cause itself.
Yeah.
Of helping people who are fucked behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
The person in the South Bronx, I'm not talking down to that person either, that wants to become an attorney or whatever. And they're and I'm not saying that they don't want to also do it for a just reason, but they are also doing it to make a living, mm-hmm. right? Kim Kardashian already has her living. She's doing like an honorable thing as a side project for fun. There's some honor in just that she don't have to. She can fucking lay back and just, get railed all day and have fucking photos taken of her all night long. That's all she has to do if she wanted to.
I wouldn't mind that at all. I'll watch it every day.
Yeah,
every day.
I mean,
I get what you're saying. That it's pretty interesting to see that, and it's cool that she actually has helped a lot of people for prison reform, for unjust sentences, and I respect that. I really do. It's just that you're preaching this narrative that it's just like you just gotta fucking go out there and work. And it's just an elitist mentality where it's like, yeah, I need my slaves to stop fucking around and go out there and work for me. Essentially, that's the message I got from her. Like I said, right message, wrong person.
Is that what they were talking about? Were they talking about like their own employees and stuff? Or
no. I'm just saying that. Okay. But let's be real. They have personal assistants. They have hairdressers, people who work for them, for their image, for their brand. You know what I mean? It's different when you're working for a boss, which would be that family or her. There's a difference. So she's just working for herself. Right. She is her own boss.
Yeah.
So she can work and do whatever she wants.
That's American dream.
American dream, yeah.
You get railed out by Ray J and then you fucking got an empire. Fucking TV
it really
show
is.
empire.
Yeah. And then look what she did to Kanye. Kanye went and got this. So allegedly there was a second sex tape that Ray J had on him. She's denied it for years. And Kanye, since he's madly in love with Kim, wanted to get married again or, save the marriage. He bought the second sex tape from Ray J, flew to Ray J to grab the laptop,
bro. Damn.
And then go to Kim with the laptop and handed it to her. And supposedly that's a true story. There's a second sex tape that's out there wandering around. Kim probably has it right now. But
Kanye ripped that, and he's been just fucking watching those every night, just cranking it.
Have you been following? I mean, you don't follow much of this whole drama stuff, but have you been following what's been happening lately?
In terms of what?
Like a lot of Kanye's meltdown. They got divorced. Pete Davidson finally responded to him.
I vaguely have heard, the things, the tea leaves, from the press about it, but I don't really give a shit about fucking celebrities and their drama. Who knows what's even real or what's not with them?
No, 100%. I just thought it was funny that finally Pete Davidson has responded to him. There was a music video that he came out with that's claymation, and it shows him like killing Pete Davidson and bury him in the ground and stuff. And Pete Davidson kept his mouth quiet. And Pete Davidson texted Kanye. He was like, "Hey, it's Skeet here." Kanye calls him Skeet. And he's a comedian, right? So at the end of the day, who's better at trolling than comedians?
Right.
Like Kanye really stepped into a fucking shitty one.
Minefield.
And he took a picture. He was like, "Oh, and by the way, I'm like in bed with your wife." Like,
oh my goodness. Was he really though?
Yeah. 100%. And he was defending her too. He was like, "Oh, she's a good mother. She takes care of the kids, and I don't like the way you treat her, this and that, blah blah." The way he handled it was it's funny, savage, but also respectful at the same time. You got to give one to the guy from Staten Island.
All right, New York City kid. All right,
New York City kid. You know, trash realm. That's my area.
Trash realm. Yeah, you
Yeah.
are the king. He calls himself the king of Staten Island.
Yeah.
But you are the king of the trash realm.
Yeah.
You got that.
Of the dump. That's where I go.
Yeah, of Fresh Kills landfill. So we got one other story. Let's get to real quick, which I don't want to miss, which is the Babylon Bee. If you're not familiar with them, they are a conservative satirical website. So they put out funny stories. They're not real. They're supposed to be funny. They're supposed to be jokes. They have been suspended from Twitter. Do you have the tweet there? I'm not sure if you do.
I do not. I can pull it up right now.
So they have been suspended from Twitter last week. Their account is locked essentially because they tweeted that I forget her name, Levine. You remember her first name?
I do not. Levine. Oh, Rachel Levine.
So they tweeted a fake news article, headline that Rachel Levine has been named Man of the Year, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
so it's Twitter suspends Babylon Bee for naming Rachel Levine Man of the Year.
So if anybody's not familiar with Rachel Levine, she is a transgender woman who was born a biological man, and now she is a woman. And you are now banned for tweeting a joke about it, which is just literally mind-boggling, right? Because if you know the Babylon Bee, like I just said at the beginning of this, they are a satirical comedy fake news thing, and it's not like they hide that, or it's not like they pretend to post real news or something like that. They're outright just, it's fake shit that's supposed to make you laugh. So in on itself, it's a fucking funny joke, right? But I've heard, I don't know if you have heard this, that Twitter has like these rules about dead naming and like targeting of trans people, and then like if you break them, like you're gone or you're out. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, like dead naming. Like you name, if you say someone's name, like if you called Caitlyn Jenner Bruce Jenner, you're out. Bam, you're banned. See you later. You're gone. So I guess theoretically, the justification behind this is that something along the lines of they broke the community guidelines around that rule.
I don't know if you remember, and it's perfect because we're seeing this play out now. But this was actually mentioned a while back. And you remember the Joe Rogan podcast when Tim Pool was on with Jack Dorsey and the head of the community guidelines? Yes. Vidya something, I believe it was.
Yeah, Vidya. I don't remember the last name. But
this literally, he pulled it up. He goes, if you dead name, you're gone. Like you treat it as if it's violence, and it's not. And yeah, even Babylon Bee, I went on the website yesterday and it was like fake news that matter. Like they
yeah. See, the thing is, right? Like you're saying, like you're treating it as violence and it's not. Fair enough. Like if that's your rule and that's what you want to treat as violence, okay. But this wasn't even that. This is a joke, right? From a website, an account that clearly states everything we say here is a joke. Everything. So what they did, you could even say, is not even in the spirit of the rule whatsoever. And you could say this: the rule is the dumb rule to begin with, but this is not even a spirit of breaking the rule itself. So it's ridiculous. It's insane. It really is. It's a shame that like it's comedy is about there being no sacred cows. Like everybody is fair game. That's why I love South Park. You can make fun of everything, and that's life, right? When you're trying to make people laugh, you're trying to make people laugh.
Yeah, and I always
the fact that like humor is being outlawed on Twitter, where it's a great place for humor, right? Because people can share shit. Just normal, common people are really fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah,
it really is just insane.
And I always think about so like one of my favorite comedians, top 5 all time, is Patrice O'Neal, and Joe Rogan always mentions.
God, always what a shame that he's not around right now,
dude. Oh man, dude, he was phenomenal. It's sad because he was so real. He burnt a lot of bridges in Hollywood.
Yep.
He would have been thriving in this current culture where there is no gatekeeper.
Yep. Imagine him and Tim Dillon together, bro.
Dude, it would be, that's it. It's over. They can run the country. It would have been president and vice president. You know, you have an African American,
Most woke ticket ever.
Yeah,
African American president and a gay white guy.
Yeah. And freedom of speech all the way, baby. They're gonna say some outlandish shit.
Ooh, boy, they'd be the new white black Nazis.
Exactly. But like he would say is that if someone says a joke and it doesn't land, the joke is still coming from the same place. It's trying to get that laugh. Doesn't mean that that comedian means it. It's a joke. You know, it's not an ill intent. It's coming from the same place. And I always believed in that hey, listen, there's some comedians that say shit and I'm just like, yeah, man, that's a little bit too much. But it's comedy. It's objective. There is someone out there that is laughing at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't mean I have to laugh at it, but someone is laughing. That's why they have a following.
Right. I agree with you 100%.
So,
and just as, Jen Psaki here, just to circle back, if it had been me who posted that, I could see why they would have banned me, right? Because I don't state on my fucking Twitter handle that I'm a comedian and that what I'm posting here is satire. But the fucking account that does. They're saying that what we're putting here is fake.
Their
Nothing
website
we're doing.
says it. You go to their website, it says it right there.
So I mean, it really is a shame that comedy, you're not allowed to be fun anymore because God forbid you offend the wrong person. Give me a break.
And and just to mention with the censorship, and Twitter is just the absolute worst. I'm like, okay, here's a question for you. Which platform is the worst at censoring?
Oh boy, what a question that is. It's got to be Twitter. Especially since Jack left. Jack was he wasn't great, but he was trying to find some sort of common ground. I think part of the reason why he left is because of a little coup on the inside where they wanted to be even worse, and he wasn't about it. I do think that they're the worst in terms of maybe censorship. Facebook is pretty bad in different regards. They're bad with censorship as well, but Facebook's really bad in terms of sowing dissent amongst the populace. It's not necessarily censorship, but they're all bad in that way. I mean, they're good in certain aspects. Theoretically, like their original reason for being to like bring people together. That's good, but it hasn't worked. People hate each other now more than they ever did before.
Yeah, and it's odd because and now I'm going to mention another platform, YouTube, with their censoring. And recently they censored the Donald Trump interview with the Nelk boys. 100% Nelk knew that it was automatically getting taken down. They just posted up on YouTube to be like, hey, listen, we did this with him. You can head over to our website. We talked about this. It's a great thing. It was like a clickbait type of thing. And they knew they were going to get taken down, and you go straight to their fucking website.
They even said it within the podcast itself. I mean, Trump himself even said it.
Yeah. They already knew it wasn't going to stay up.
It's pretty funny, but
yeah. So now, so here's the thing, right? Is you have a sitting president of the United States, that the former sitting president of the United States, banned on Twitter, all these other hostile, terrorist organizations still on Twitter. You have videos on YouTube, and I sent it in the group chat. And it's not funny, but it's from Ukraine. And it's a drone image of a fight between tanks. And at the end of the video, I shit you not, a fucking half of a torso flies into frame. Jesus Christ. I'm just like, how is this acceptable? How is that? You're watching that. You want to talk about violence? That is fucking violence. That is real. Someone just died and you still have that up. I went on, it's still on. It's still up on YouTube.
I don't need to see that, but I believe
it's a terrible video. It's like, I just can't believe that they can show these images of war on YouTube.
Right,
but the president of the United States having a conversation with frat boys get taken down.
Yeah, or I have a conversation with James from We the People Radio, and I purposefully edit out any of the conspiracy theory talk that we have and don't include that on YouTube, and it gets pulled down for hate speech when there was no hate speech about it. I mean, the rules are bullshit. It's just, if you're over the target, they come after you. How about this? This one makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because we're on the topic now of Trump and of censorship and of Twitter. Who's the worst person in the world right now? General question to you. From the woke, from the leftist point of view. Right now, who is the worst person in the world? The most evil person in the world?
Ooh. That's a good question. The most evil person in the world on the left side.
No, not on the left. Like from the left's point of view, right now, who is the most the worst person right now? Like in the current events of everything going on, who's the worst person right now?
Tim Dillon.
No. You're not following me. You're not following me.
No.
I'm talking about Vladimir Putin, right?
Okay. Yeah,
he's worse. He's worse than Hitler.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I know they're going to say he's worse than Trump. Guess who's still on Twitter?
Yeah.
Vladimir. Sorry, I got the green screen. You're not going to be able to see it, but the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, he is still on Twitter. He has launched an invasion of another country with, and everyone on the left is criticizing him, saying he's worse than Hitler, and he's still on Twitter, but not Trump. No.
You know what's funny about all this woke stuff is that the people who are so woke that are just like peaceful, they're you can't attack this group, you can't say this, you can't do that. We're all inclusive. Do you know that 45% of Americans, through a poll, the numbers could be off, it's from 30 to 35%, 30 from 45% of Americans want a no-fly zone over Ukraine, right? I don't want to get into the whole Ukraine thing. I'm just saying that just the image of it is that in that percentage, there has to be a good amount of people who are woke that believe in the movements that have happened in the past couple of years, saying that we want a no-fly zone without knowing that a no-fly zone means that we will be entering war with Russia.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt and be like, all right, maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know that's the deal because they're naive, they're ignorant. But that's what happens. And some of them, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Looney Tunes, baby. Kim Kardashian, Rachel Levine, everything. Vladimir Putin still on Twitter. We got to get fucking, what's his name? Billy Joel to make another song. Billy Joel, Vladimir Putin, Rachel Levine. That song was that. What's the one? I can't remember. Fuck. We didn't start the fire.
Yeah.
He's got to do like part 2 with all the crazy shit.
With all the crazy shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's. It's just funny. It's like that. Remember that picture you sent me after when Biden bombed a country, and you sent the picture. It's like the regular United States Air Force, regular color of the aircraft, and on the bottom is like Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ on the actual aircraft while it's bombing. It's like that's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Woke imperialism, baby. Yeah, I know the exact photo. It's on the top. It's like Democrats, and it says Black Lives Matter. There's just a trans flag. All the woke symbology, and then on the bottom, it's the exact same plane. Dropping bombs on people. And it's just a plane, and it says Republicans.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Imperialism with the. It's like NASCAR. They put the stickers on their fucking cars. Now they, said they just blow people up, but they do. It's really a shame. And these people blood-soaked monsters.
Yep,
but they'll
that's
call
what it
you
is.
A monster.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. Let's wrap it up and let's get to part 2.
Yes, sir.
The Last Slice podcast. Where can that be found? I'll let you shout it out this time.
You can head over to our channel at the Last Slice podcast. Type that into the search bar. You get to see part 2 of this episode over there. So head on over. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like the episode.
Yeah,
it's simple.
Goodbye from the trash land.
Later.